So what would you say, when you joined 13 years ago,
Yeah.
what would you say has changed or has improved in JCI? Definitely, improvement is a day-to-day experience from what I'm learning from you. What would you say, how has JCI moved in the 13 years that you have been a member, so that you are now the president of this international body?
Yes.
That is also totally awesome.
Yes, it's such a honor and such a responsibility. And actually, let me tell you immediately that I'm the third female president of this organization. And when the opportunity to be candidate arrived, I thought that it was my responsibility to be ready to serve this organization as president for all the women around the world who are doing an outstanding job with outstanding commitment for our organization and who deserve the hope that if they are doing their best, one day they will have the opportunity to lead this organization. And the same for all the male members of our organization that maybe don't come from big countries such as the United States of America or Germany or Japan, but they are serving in an outstanding way our organization, and they deserve the hope they will lead this organization. And considering that 2/3 of our organization at the international level is still made of male members, and we are in more than 120 countries, and in many of these countries, well, at least in some of them, gender equality is still a challenge. These members who decided to voted for me with a unanimous vote are really brave people, young people who can change the world step by step. And so I decided to take this responsibility for all of them, not only for the women, but also for the women, but for all
the members.
Yes, all the members.
But what prepared you? You know, I was asking, I said in 13 years, being a member for 13 years must have prepared you. Even though you didn't know it would come maybe as soon as it did or when it did, 13 years in a body such as this must have given you like some idea where you want to take it to. So, but tell us now, from when you became president, I mean, you stepped into very big shoes, but you sound and look very competent to me. Where do you intend to take JCI to? How many years is your tenure?
1 year.
1 year, okay. And you've been on for 4 years. 4 months. You've been on for 4 months.
Exactly.
What do you intend to do differently? What message will you impact? But then you're leaving in January next year. What would have changed with JCI?
You know, what is very important for me, first of all, is that we don't change every year. It's not possible 1 year to go right and 1 year to go left if we want to create positive change. So continuity is very important, and I deeply appreciate and respect all my predecessors. So we are all going in the same direction and improving step by step. As I mentioned, this year a special accent is on the individual social responsibility and the idea of daring to act. So actions in the community, you know. This is very important because maybe sometimes we tend just to organize round tables, which is important because it's the starting point, it's the needs analysis, but it's not the end, you know, it's the starting point. So then it's important to develop also the others, which is one of my goals for sure. Of course, to contribute to the malaria campaign is another of my goal. To promote gender equality for sure also is another of my goal. To support, if possible, refugees, not only in Syria, but I think also to Mali, for example, in Africa, you know, in many countries in the world where there are refugees and the hosting communities, because as I mentioned before, we need to take care of both of them. This is something also very important for me. And then another important thing is that nowadays, after the industrial age and the information age, is emerging the conceptual age. High tech, high touch, high concept are the keys of success. It's all about people, and JCI is about people, young people who can change the world step by step. So nowadays social media are very important, and we really have a natural network in Facebook, Twitter, and the other social media, not only as JCI network, but each of us being between 18 and 40 years old, which is the only requirement we ask to join JCI. So each of us has hundreds, if not thousands, of contacts in social media. So this is a huge opportunity to promote positive change, and we must learn how to use social media, not just for friends and share pictures of our
maybe to make the world a better place.
Exactly, that's a great opportunity. So being a journalist, I'm also working with a committee on the communication area in order really to keep in mind that if nobody knows, nobody cares. So it's important to spread awareness
as quickly as possible, as fast as we can, impacting people wherever we go. Every day we learn a new thing. I thought really I'd heard it all. I thought I'd seen it all. I thought there was nothing new to learn.